Now, we all dream of hanging out with rock stars and making loads of dosh. Well, our next guest had all of that, then lost it. And he's written a book all about it. We're delighted to welcome to the show rock promoter Robert Fields. Hello,
Hi,
Robert.
Guys. How you doing?
Good to see you, Robert. Thanks for coming
Lovely
in.
to have you on the show, Robert.
Great to be here.
I mean, we do all dream of hanging out with rock stars, Robert, and living that kind of life, but you actually did it. Where did it all start for you?
My career in music started very early. When I was 5-year-old, I heard Elvis Presley singing Jailhouse Rock, and I knew I had to be involved in the music business some way. And I just worked my way through the ranks, singing in a band. I met a band called Uriah Heep. I roaded with them, and that opened up a lot of avenues for me, contacts. I ended up DJing, being a promoter, promotions manager in Apex when I owned my own nightclub, Strawberry Fields.
Wow.
So, give us a suggestion of some of the names you've worked with down the years, some of the big names that have...
Well, I did Robbie's birthday party in Strawberry Fields, his 25th birthday party.
How did that come about?
Picture there.
He was only 25, he was only a boy. Ozzy Osbourne, I met Ozzy. Sharon, she kicked us out the dressing room. She was quite frumpy then. That was in 1980, before she became the...
How did you get on with Sharon Osbourne? Because I always hear mixed reports of what she's like.
She was terrible. She was absolutely disgusting, to be honest with you. She was very frumpy. She looked like a reject for Dallas or Dinister or something like that. Ozzy's drummer was Uriah Heep's drummer. So he left Uriah Heep, joined Ozzy. And he left the passes, took us in, everyone was going great, met Ozzy, Randy Rhoads, all the band. Then Ozzy was actually rolling about the floor with kids, and then Sharon walked in, started cussing and swearing, get these effing people out of here. And it was just an absolute shocker. And bearing in mind, my kids were only...
I'm sure it was, if our lawyers are watching, it was all a misunderstanding, I'm
Yes,
sure.
absolutely.
A couple of years ago now, so what's
Probably
on
I
the
couldn't
bridge?
hear her right anyway.
No.
Either, you know.
Well, Robert, you've written a new book.
Yes.
So tell us a wee bit about what the book's about
Mitchell's
then.
Poets and Vagabonds is a 50 years history of the Glasgow rock scene. If you ran about Glasgow any time, it's about the Apollo, it's about the Dial In, the Electric Garden, it's about Maggie Bell, Frankie Miller, and it comes accompanied with a 115-track listening post for the poets, the beat stalkers in the early 60s, all the way through to all the young bands that are happening just now, like the Black Cherry Group, Mr. Kill, Spear Brave. So the book is a great book, but it does come with a 115-track historical artefact, and you sit, read the book, download the listening post, and you've got all these marvellous tracks.
I mean, it's some life, Robert. I mean, Glasgow's always had this amazing music scene. I remember my dad, when I was a wee girl, talking about the Apollo, and he'd seen Freddie Mercury there and Queen. Now, I never obviously experienced the Apollo, but Glasgow attracted some huge names, and you were around in that time.
In my opinion, Glasgow is, when I was doing a lot of research for Strawberry Fields, I lived in Manchester for a week, Birmingham, Edinburgh. There's nothing to touch Glasgow for variety of venue, for variety of pubs. And you can go to Glasgow 7 nights a week and see a band in a venue. There's that many venues. But Apollo was special. It wasn't just a venue, it was a way of life. It was different class.
Some big opportunities have come your way through your contacts in the business. I mean, you had the chance to set up Tea in the Park all those years ago, didn't you?
I was offered, after I did Pearl Jam, which gave us a lot of brownie points. Tenets Live had a rubbish magazine at the time called TLN. They spent 60 grand a year on it, and they wanted to put it into a live music festival. So we were approached, I was approached at the Cat House to put on the first Tea in the Park. But we were in our infancy then. Donald and I and Michael, we were just used to doing club-sized gigs, and we were just on the verge of doing my first Barland gig. And I didn't want us to be known as the first promotions company to make a mess of Tea in the Park. So I sent them up to go and see Stuart Clumpus, and he eventually turned into the monster.
The rest is history, yeah.
It all worked out.
But I would have made a mess of it. I didn't have the clout and the knowledge then to pull something like that.
At least you're honest. But another thing, Robert, the theme of today's show, I mean, we were speaking earlier to a recruitment officer, and we're going to be speaking a wee bit later on about careers and opportunities. If you hadn't, again, in the music industry, which I'm sure you can't really think about, is there anything else in your life you would have liked to have done?
Well, I'm actually a time served welder, and if somebody had said to me, when I packed in the music business, packed in my welding, 25 years, you're going to be working with all the biggest people under the sun, you're going to meet stars, and then your tea break's going to be up in 25 years and you're going back to square one. Because that's exactly what's happened. It's went full circle. the club that I started in 1987 that started the roller coaster, I've reopened it again. I'm opening it again tomorrow night.
And this is in East Kilbride, isn't
East
it?
of Bruce Hotel in East Kilbride. The Rock Club starts tomorrow night. So here we are at the tender age of 15, back to square one.
Listen, I've got a tip for you. There's a girl called Michelle McManus. You should book her for tomorrow night. She's
Oh
very
yeah,
good.
I'm really rock.
She's
I'll get
very
killed
good.
if I go in
I'm
somewhere
trying
like
to get
that.
her
Versatile, you can
isn't
do
it?
it. Listen, Robert, it was great to have you in tonight.
That was
Thank you
lovely.
very much.
Robert,
indeed
thanks
for
so
your
much.
time.
A pleasure
I really
to meet you.
appreciated that.
All right.